I'm a Titan model with Wilhelmina models. It's been a long journey to get to this point. I was the fat kid. I was terrified to be in public without my shirt on, and never wanted to have my picture taken because of the amount of shame that I felt.
No matter how much more confidence I gain, I'm still going to feel insecure about things. I have a big belly, I have fat arms, I have man boobs. But the difference is when I look in this mirror now, I don't just see flaws.
I can be that role model for 15-year-old me who felt like he was never attractive, that no one would ever value him or love him because of the way he looked. And the things that society as a whole tells us about people with larger bodies not having value isn't true.
Dad bods changed the game. I had a few girls at bars tell me, oh my God, you have a dad bod. And then the more I thought about it, I realized this is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Wow, joining me from his home in New York City, Alex Frankel. Hey, Alex, you just brought a smile to my face with your story, man. So you are a male plus-size model. Honestly, I did not know that that was a category. We celebrate the plus-size women models. I mean, they dominate, the runways these days, some of the magazines. I've not heard a lot of people talk about men who are plus-size models.
I mean, it's a new part of the fashion industry, and it's a great conversation that's finally happening. All of the guys like me who are big and tall models, plus size male models in the world, like we stand on the shoulders of the women who trailblazed for us to get to this point of this like body diversity and acceptance of more diverse bodies in fashion. But I mean, it's really only become a mainstream thing in the last 5-6 years where major agencies like Wilhelmina, my agency, or IMG are accepting us, and brands are starting to see the potential of men with larger bodies who want to buy their clothes and who want to be represented.
Right. I mean, I know that there were always like big and tall men's stores. You'd see them, but not in glamour magazines or in, GQ magazines. You'd see the store at the mall and you knew that there was a bigger, tall guy going in. I have to ask you, though, growing up, the images, and even now, because we talk about women and self-esteem and the imaging, for men, it's often on television. I was watching this Belushi special, the fat, funny guy. That's kind of the option that media gives a guy who is on a bigger side.
Yep. That's been a long hurdle for me to get over. It's like, even when I began modeling and I was starting to take a lot of pictures, one of the most common comments I would get from people was like, oh my God, he looks just like Zach Galifianakis. And I love Zach Galifianakis and he's a great actor, but that's the way he's presented in film and television isn't necessarily something that you want to aspire to when you're trying to build your own self-confidence. It basically says, hey, you're fat, so you only have value if you're funny or you can bring something else to the table. And that's a horrible way to go through your life and feel. And that's, I grew up doing theater and I'm an opera singer currently. And that was always something that I felt like it was a necessity that, okay, if I'm going to walk into a room with this body, I better be funny or I better have something else that makes me special, because this body is going to make people think less of me. And I carried a lot of guilt and shame around that as well. I had a voice teacher once when I was younger. I weighed about 350 pounds at the time, and I had started to work at a gym and I was losing weight and I lost about 30 pounds. And I remember going to my voice lesson that day and telling her this and the amount of pride that I felt because of this achievement. And she looked me dead in the eye and said, good, 150 more to go.
Oh.
Yeah.